Hello Libra, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of October for the sign of Libras. And also a lot of Libras will be having their birthday in this month. On the table, happy birthday for that. On the table here you see 9 cards, meaning we will do the 9 card portrait. You can also see 4 objects on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Libra for the month of October. Now, from these 4 objects that you see here, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and related video does not match this first choice, please check the other videos also that are connected here. The matches represent the fire element. The aerosol sprayer represents the air element. The stone represents the earth element. And the shell here represents the water element. So Libra, here we go for your card reading for October 2021. Hello Libra, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. It's not a good idea for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that need to arrive in your home arrive at the wrong destination, the containers of the package is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. It's because our mind, the mind of all people, the collective mind, is running a little bit slower. Also during that period, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones or laundry machines, because these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty, and you already get the picture. Anyway, the general idea here is not to sign any contracts at all during the period I just said to you. If, however, for some reason, you are obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice, or you want to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. And if you want to get out of the contract, you need to pay a big fine. So read all the clauses very well in the contract before you sign, but my advice to you would be not to sign at all. So Libra, now we start with your card reading for the shell or the water group. The first card here is we see the house. The house is directly connected to our house. It can also be connected to our body, because the house also represents the body or the place where we come from, our foundations. It can also relate to our workplace. So these are all things that are connected. But anyway, anyhow, all these things I just mentioned are very important for you now during this period. It's also possible here with this combination that we are put in some situations and that we need to act swiftly or immediately for putting better foundations. So it's like we need to build some foundations, because here we have the sit. So it's maybe we need to act in that area here that we see. Maybe we have some challenges. We need to take some decisions regarding the house, because I think it's related to the house, because we have specifically the key here also, and the key, as you know, it belongs to the house because it opens the house. So here then we have the sit here in the middle card. We need to break something in the house. We need to change something, because we see the mice here also. So it's possible there are some expenses we have on our house. We need to make some changes. Something in the house is decaying. It's like we need to upvalue the house. This is possible all with these combinations that we have to. Maybe some things are in the house are not functioning well anymore, and we need to make some changes. If this is related to our body, it could mean that we take care better of our body, or we start to work out or something like that. The same applies also on our work front, on everything I just mentioned before. So now we start with the actual card reading. Also, this points if you have been stuck in a situation, or you felt stuck in your body, or you felt stuck in certain situations regarding the house, regarding your work, you will end this. You will end this. And not only end this, but you will also find a solution to proceed, because the key offers solutions. The key offers solution. The key opens doors. Anyway, here we go with the reading now. The first card that we see here is the house and the mice and the sun. So the house and the mice that we see here is also here, this combination says that it could mean that our house is losing value in a way. It's a little bit difficult now because most of the value is going up, but maybe it's losing value in another way. Maybe there need to be some rearrangements in the house. And if you do these rearrangements, it work out very well. It will up value again here. This is what it means also. But anyway, this often points to repairs, or that we need to reorganize something regarding to the house. It's possible also for the moment related then to the work, because we have the sit here, that you are thinking about or overthinking from making some changes on the work front. Maybe you feel that your foundations, your ground in the work area is not solid anymore, and you want to change this. If you do, you will find solutions regarding this problem. Also, in another simpler way, we need to be careful that something is not taken out of our house. In some cases, this points to theft, but this is not always the case. But since we have the sun here, the damage will be reduced, or not too much will be stolen. In other ways, with the sun here, it could mean that the stolen is returned to us, because the sun is an all-over positive card, and the lily here is a wise card. So it's possible here that you prevent the theft here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, we need to be careful here with this combination. It's possible also that related to the family, because the house is family also, that we have some issues in the family, that something in the family is not functioning too well anymore. It's like the wheels are not greased anymore. Something is there. The family dynamics are not too well anymore. It's like also maybe this situation, it makes us feel less energetic. That is possible also. It's possible also, we need to always be careful that it's not a family member who we trust who takes something from us, because we have the fox here, and that is something, the fox comes in the hen house. So it means we allow a person to come in our house, and it's possible that this person would be taking something from us. We never know who would take something from us. So it's better to be careful with this combination. It's also possible that you decide to do the annual cleanup. This is possible also that you think it's time to clean up the whole house here. And in a simple way, it's possible that you have mice. In another way, that there are cockroaches in your house, or whatever, depends on the place where you live. This points to pests here that we have in our house. This is what we see here with this combination. In another way, it's possible that you decide to change house. Maybe the house where you live has too many defects, and you, in a way, you decide to move on, or you decide that it's better to move to another place. Then we have the mice and the sun in itself here. If there are some problems in the house, since you have the sun here, the problems will be easy resolved because the sun is very strong. As I said, sometimes when things are taken from us, they come back. Also, if there are problems in the house or regarding to house or your body or whatever, these problems will be easy resolved since we have the sun there. It's possible also after that these problems are solved, we feel happy because the sun is happiness. We want certain success. Maybe we are not happy if this is related to our workplace. Maybe we want more success. We don't have possibilities there for success. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, all of it, it will work out fine since we have the sun there. Then we have in the second line, the sit, the whip and the sit here. This is a very strong combination because these are two very strong cards. The sit acts swiftly and it cuts things, and the whip is actually an energetic or a punishment card. In a way, in some cases, it of course will not apply on everybody, but in some cases, it could mean that somebody, because we have the lily here, somebody is, this is represents an older person. It's possible that a teacher, somebody who was close to us, in some cases, an older lover, or maybe sometimes in some cases, a parent would be passing away or changing a direction in his life. This is possible because this is a strong combination for somebody changing a total course of direction or passing away. But I think in this case, it has to do, because I see the fox here also, it has to do with the career. So it's possible that you are not improving enough in your work, as we saw earlier, and that you are changing, that you are thinking about a certain change of career. And if you do, it will go swiftly. You will suddenly act. You're tired of all the things that are going on there in the work, and you will suddenly change a career. It's going to have a very positive effect if you do, if you doubt about it, because the last line is very positive and the end card is the key, and the key opens all doors. Anyway, here it's possible also on the work front that you feel abused, that they take advantage of you, that you are not paid as you should be. This is possible also. In a way, also it's possible that we are tired of the situation and that we go in some business venture. If we are new in this area that we are doing business, also this combination mentions us, we need to be careful. We need to make our bet, because the lily is a slow card. It wants you to use experience. So if you go in a business venture or in a business adventure, just be careful that you have enough experience so you don't have losses, because we have the mice there. So the lily points us, we need to have experience before interacting in the new field that we are going in. This is what we see here. It's possible also on the work front, there are some quarrels. It's possible, so there are some quarrels in the family, because we saw the house there. What we see more here. But anyway, we have the sun there and the lily. It will all be protected. But anyway, the situations related to what I just said could occur here. If you are going too sudden in a business, it could be that some problems are popping up that you don't want to be confronted with. So it's better that we have sufficient experience before we go. Anyway, this also points to arguments. As I said, the conversations might be short and aggressive that we have with certain people. Maybe these conversations are with somebody older in the workplace. Maybe this represents our boss and we disagree with this person, and that's why we decide it's already a long time, we are not improving, we are not coming where we want to be, and we decide to change career, which will end in a positive way. Then we have the sit and the lily in itself. This combination here, as I said, that if there is a career change, it will work out very positive. Also, this points that we saw here, maybe that you don't feel so very well because we have the mice here. If you do so, this combination also mentions that you need to take care of your body. We work in our body, we function in our body, we cannot live without our body. So this combination also tells us we need to take care of our body here if we want to live long here, because this is the card of longevity or a long prosperous job. So we need to take care here of our body. This is what we see. Anyway, the decision that you will take in regarding a job, regarding your body, it will be a choice on the long run. And it's possible also that this decision will give you more peace of mind. It will bring solution for you. You will finally go with what you want. It's possible here, like you think, I want to end with this situation. You make the total cleanup and you start over here in another situation. It's possible you don't feel committed to the job anymore, that you have no more feeling towards your job. This is possible also what we see here. It's possible that the workplace where you are, that you feel that certain borders are crossed several times, and you don't want that these borders are crossed anymore. You're tired of it, and you finally make the decision, which is sometimes difficult for Libra for making decisions, but finally with the sit here in your abilities, you will finally be able to swiftly cut the situation in the area where these problems are you confronted with. Then we have the mountain, the fox, and the key. The mountain and the fox, if you are considering another job, in many cases, the fox, the mountain points to a job that we maybe find on the internet, or we consider an internet job. In other cases, this could possibly mean, because we see here that we also we are not happy with our living conditions, it's possible that you decide to move to another city, or this job is in another city. So we need to decide if we want to travel there every day to another city, or maybe we are thinking about actually making a move. For some people in this group, the mountain also represents abroad. So for some people, they will be considering if they will not chase a job offer in abroad. If you do so, whatever your decision is or whatever you're thinking about, the answer will be positive. But as I said, see that you have sufficient experience, see that you have all your cards in the right place for you make this decision, especially if you make a move abroad or a move to another city. But this is possible also with this combination. It's possible also that it's not very easy to find this job. Maybe there's some difficulties. Maybe it's difficult to connect to that work. This is possible also with the mountain. Sometimes it's connect. It's like that. In another way, this can also point to a career in police or military. This is this combination also. If you consider a career in that area, this is possible also with this combination. Anyway, we are required here, as I said with the lily, we need to plan things. We need to plan and we need to act smart. And if you act smart, slow, and deliberate, and with experience, the situation will end very positively. So here it points us the fox is a card of it tells us to be cautious, to be careful. He operates between dusk and dawn. He's a smart card. So you will use your smartness here for interacting to a job or to certain problems that you need to overcome. This tells you to take a very good look at the problem so you have no misjudgments here. This is what we see here. What do we see more here? You will deal with the problems. You can be very smart for solving the problems if you do. Sometimes also, this is a silent card. So it's best not to share this information with colleagues. For instance, if you're planning to do a job transfer, it's best not to share this with anybody, because the mountain tells us we need to keep it to ourselves. The mountain is a quiet place where we relax, where we keep quiet. Because this is a heavy decision, so it's better to keep it for ourselves. It would benefit us if we do so. It would be more strategic, as we say. Then we have the key and the fox and the key here. Here, this points that we are probably go in a work that we need to be smart in. We will need to use our witness here. For some people, this can point literally that they work in some, that they need to investigate something, they need to decode something literally. This could point to military or literally a locksmith. This is all like, this can be a researcher, somebody who searches something. Here, this is what we see here, federal police, locksmith. These are all things that are in this line of work that we see here. Anyway, the fox, as I said, is means that we need to take our time. We need to take our time. We cannot act like irresponsible, especially with the mountain. And it's an important job because we have the mountain. The mountain is big, so it's a big decision. So we need to be smart about this whole thing. Sometimes also we need to be careful if you are in certain jobs that your work is not duplicated. So if you work on a laptop, just see that nobody has access to your work, because sometimes this points to duplication. So if you are in certain projects, don't trust your colleagues too much. See that your work is only for you. See you have enough security on your computer, or if you have files, hide your files, see that they are secure, that nobody can access your files, because here sometimes we see that copies could be taken behind our back, and maybe it's our work where we put a lot of energy in. So this is pointed out here also, what we see here. Anyway, there will here, if there is a new job to come, you will adapt to the job. That is what we see here also. It's possible also in the job to come that there are not so many colleagues around you, that maybe you work alone, because the mountain is alone. So it's possible that you choose for a job that you have less colleagues in the future and that you work on your own. Still, what I mentioned here, we need to be careful with the applications. We have the mouse, the whip, and the mountain then. Here we see again, as we saw earlier, that there are problems in the family, in the team that we function in. Maybe that's why we prefer to work alone in the future. It's not easy, this situation, because the mountain points that it's not easy, this situation. It points to difficulties. Even if we suffer, we cannot solve the problem. So maybe that's why you consider a change of career here with this combination. This could be possible. It's also possible on the family front, there are disagreements that are difficult to solve. Maybe that is one of the reasons why you think about moving to another city, for having more peace of mind. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible that you have some guilt towards the family, or the family has some guilt towards you afterwards. This is also what we see here, but something is not correct there, because since we have the fox there. If you are in a relationship, I want to mention this here also before I forget. With the fox, if you have a relationship with a partner, the fox is always, he's a distrusting card. So it means one of you both is half-hearted in this relationship, not with all his heart. So you need to look around here. You need to be a little bit investigative. You need to like investigate, because the fox, there's something that is not correct there. So we need to look around us, what is happening there, because this is somebody who is half-hearted in relationships. The house and the whip we had there, what we see here more. It's possible also here on the job front that you get actually threats, that somebody threatens your position. This is possible also. Here, then we have the whip and the mountain in itself. There will come certain confrontations, but with the mountain, it's best to keep quiet, as I mentioned earlier. Even if there are confrontations, don't look in your cards. Keep your cards close to your chest till it's the right moment. There will be problems here. We need to deal with certain problems, but eventually, if you take the right steps, as I said, you will find the right solutions. In some cases also, this could point, if you're an active type of person, or this is hobby-like, that you actually do mountain climbing, but of course, this would not be the case for everybody. Here also with this combination, sometimes it's wise not to act if people confront us. We just keep quiet, or maybe we don't want. But if it's the right time, you can make your decisions and you can move on from that situation. Of course, we cannot carry on like this, like always working in very aggressive environments, or if there are extremities there, we need to solve this on the long run. The mice and sit here then. Here something definitely ends. This could mean we see the fox here, but I don't see actual relationship cards here. I think this points to that you actually end the job. And if you would have a relationship, I would assume the future partner will be older, because the lily is an older card. So if you are already suspecting something in this relationship and you actually see proof that it's not working out for the both of you, it's possible that the partner to be would be older, because the lily is an older card. So no matter what your gender is, it's possible that the partner that we that comes to us, or that we go to, or that we get in contact with, would be an older person here. What do we see more here? This is a tiresome situation for you. This is what we see here also. If you have been confronted with some injury before, this points also to healing of an injury. This is possible also. For people maybe who work in the military, they could mean recovering from an injury. Maybe you have some exercise or some mission, and here you recover from it. This is possible also. You are a little bit stressed also about decisions you need to take, because the mice make us stressed. It's also points, if we go in a certain job, that we need to pay attention to details. So in a future job, or maybe in your job now, you will need to pay attention to details. This is important. It's important that you don't miss anything here. This is important here. If you go, you will make the total cleanup. There will be nothing left for you there. You will say, okay, this is it for me. I'm going, I'm changing direction, and you will leave nothing. Also, if you have personal work from yourself that you build up, just see you take it with you, that nobody profits up of you after you go away there. Because it's possible, as I said earlier, that somebody copies your work there. Then we have here the sit and the fox in itself. Here we need to be careful here that everybody is honest to us. Sometimes things are not what they are appearing, especially with colleagues or people around us, or on the work front, or in relationships. We need to be careful here with this combination. Anyway, this can point to a termination of job, termination of relationship. But anyway, here relations will be found. It's possible here that in the future, we will, if we change them to another job, we are required to strongly focus on this job again and watch the details here on the job here. What do we see more here? Here it's important also, sometimes in life it's like that, we need to focus on ourselves for improving. Maybe this is a little bit, you have a little bit of feeling that you are selfish, but sometimes in the job we need to do everything we can here to survive. This is what happens sometimes in life, so we need to advance in life. And as I said again, you need to weigh the risks carefully. We see this also, so you don't have damage. You need to plan the things out. You need to take care of yourself here. Also, if you have less energy, it's possible with the mice, as I said earlier, you will need to pull yourself together. Then we have the sun, the lily, and the key. Here we see that this is a very positive combination on the long run, but the lily is a slow card. But anyway, this is a very strong slow and good combination, because the sun is an all over positive card and the whole line is positive, where we going to the future. As I said, it's possible that you have an older partner in your life or is about to come, and the relationship will be very satisfying on all fronts. Sexual and mentally, you will feel very connected to this person. It's not always because there's an age difference it don't work, because you have the key here. It will work. The key will be unlocked, metaphorically and physically here. This is what we see here also. It's possible that this profession that you're gonna do in the future, if it's in abroad, it would be a warm place. This is possible also. If it's not a warm place, it could mean, and you have experience in your job also, and you can take your experience to a new job, that you come in more in a leading position. You need to offer solutions. So it's possible if you change job, you don't go totally out of the field, but maybe you change a different branch. I don't know, there's a cutoff here with something, but here we see that we are able, if we are able to take our experience, this will have a positive effect on you for improving. This points to somebody in charge, like a CEO, somebody who's in charge of a business or certain branches in his company. Anyway, here we have a deep sense that we need to reach our goals. We can see this here, but anyway, it has to do with warmth, something we feel comfortable with, and we need to offer solutions. This is what we see here. Anyway, the job will give you a very good feeling here. This is when you will find joy in the job. Maybe after a long time of hustle here, you will finally find job in your life. And this is on the long run. The lily is slow, so it's a job that you will do on the long run, or you decide to do on the long run. In if this would be related to a love relationship in the future, I'm saying here, or to come, this points also that we are satisfied in our relationship. We make our partner happy and our partner makes us happy. There's some peacefulness here in the relationship. Maybe we finally find peace with this person. This person offers us peace of mind, because the lily is a quiet card. It's already mature, it's wise. So that is what we see here. But anyway, we see some passion here in the relationship, even though that that could be an age difference. This points to that the two persons are very passionate towards each other. Then we have the lily and the key on itself. This points to a very successful career. The path that we are taking is very successful. Once we take the decision, multiple choices will be offered to us. There will come more choices. The decision will be hard. It will be hard because the mountain is hard. After we take this decision, multiple options will be offered to us in the future. Maybe even you can grow, or you come in a more powerful position, because the sun is power, it's energetic. So maybe you need to take more decisions here. This is what we see here. This again, it points to a job that has to do with finding solutions, decoding, anything there, police work, military. This is what we see here. But there are a lot of combinations possible here. Also wiser profession where we need to delegate, where we need to find solutions. This is all possible here with this combination. You will also pass some borders. So you cross some borders with the mountain. That is also possible. I saw that here you will pass some borders. You will make some changes. Also, there will be an understanding here with you and this partner, or on the work front. You will understand each other well. What we see here is harmony and balance is to come if this is, and I'm assuming now this is not the case. The house and the sit, again, here now we go on the cross. Something sudden happens related to your house. We already mentioned everything, but this is quite suddenly. Again, we need to be careful. We have the mice there that nothing is taken from us, including fellow family members. It's possible also that you visit a doctor, and if you visit a doctor, this will end positive. It's a person with experience that you visit here, or a healer. This is possible also. This is a person that is quite experienced, and he knows how to make the right decisions. Also, as this is cleaning up our house, again, as we see here. If you are planning to sell your house, if that is in the planning, this points also that the selling of the house will go very fast. The solution will come very fast, more faster than you think. So if that is what is in your planning, that I want to mention that here also. If the house is not yours, it's possible that you suddenly decide to terminate your lease. Probably you will respect the term, or maybe you go directly out and you pay. But here is that we suddenly decide that this is the most efficient plan for us for doing so in the future. It's possible you sell your house fast, and also you buy another one very fast. Maybe this has to do with another city or in abroad. So this is what we see here. These things are keep coming back. Anyway, then we have the sit and the key in itself. Something is coming out here. We see that this is the right path for us. Also on the job front or on related to the house, we will find solutions. And here, if this is related to the work front, you will have sudden insights because of your experience. It's like you combine everything you know, and suddenly you will know the insights because of your experience. Here, this is what we see here also. If you would have been in military, I'm just coming back to you, or if you would think about some surgery, sometimes this points also to surgery, and we do some repairs on our body. This is possible also that we do sometimes this is surgical, something we want to repair, or we want to adjust on our body. This is possible also with this combination. This is what we see here also. See more here. Then we have the sun and the sit here. After you take this decision, you will, after all this hustle is past, we see this here again, you will feel free, you feel liberated, you will be able to express yourself more, and you will be able to use all your experience. It's like you are unleashing yourself here. This is what we see here. There will be no holding back on you. It will have a very positive effect, as I said, if you take these decisions. You will be happy, you will feel good. You will also literally cut off all the things that you don't need anymore. You will just let them go. Maybe it's in abroad, maybe it's another city. This is what we see here. All that is not necessary in your life, you will dispose of, you will let go of. It's like you want a clean slate in some areas of your life. Also, you will make sharp decisions. You will be decisive here once it's starting. You need to be also, for some things that you will need to let go. I see here, you need to be courageous. You will need to have some courage here for doing so. But if you are courageous, if you make all these drastic decisions, it will end in a positive way. What is coming in your future. At that point also, when you're finalized, you will break the silence. You will say your opinion. Maybe now you will not, but when you're ready to leave, you will break the silence. You will say, this is how it is. I'm not saying you're going to reveal every information, but you're going to say this and this is how it is. And this is where I'm standing, and this is what I'm going to do. You will try to balance yourself out a little bit. I'm not saying this is going to be our argument, but you will make your point here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible also that we express ourselves if we are about to leave with a detour, like we give them a clue and we don't go too much in it, and we share this information that we are going in a roundabout way, in a smart way, so they will catch it afterwards. So Libra, for the shell or the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please check out also my financial card readings we do each month. Anyway, thank you for spending your time on my channel. I hope you get wiser with this reading. Anyway, we see each other in the future. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Hello Libra, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything we need to put our name under for officializing. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see during that period, your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that need to be delivered in your home, they are late, they are wrongly delivered, the containers is wrong. All these things are happening because our mind, the collective mind, the mind of all people is running a little bit slower. Also, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laundry machines. Why? These devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to the warranty, and you get my point, we get warranty problems. If, however, for some reason you are obligated, you have no choice, or you feel compelled to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible you didn't see some clauses in the contract. After you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract, you cannot anymore. If you specifically want out, you need to pay a big fine, and we are in the circle. So the best thing to do here, or my advice for you, would be not to sign any contracts at all during 27 September up to 18 October. So Libra, for the Aerosol or the Air group, here we go for your card reading. The first card that we see here is actually the card of Libra. It's the flowers or the bouquet. It's a card of that we are kind, or we should be kind to people around us. Probably we are. This is a positive card. It's an optimistic card. It's also a card of renewal. Maybe we feel in for more sweets at the moment, or we feel more like enjoying life. This is possible also with this combination. Or we feel more creative. Maybe we're making sweets. This is possible also. Or we make something sweet, or we make like candy. This is all connected to Libra, or flowers. Anything that is beautiful, sweet, that makes life more enjoyable is possible here, and creativity, of course. And the second important card here is the central card. This is the mice. The mice is a not so positive card. It's a card that things are a little bit decaying for the moment here. It's possible also we suffer certain losses. And I'm assuming here, this is also Venus. So we have two cards of Venus here, two times. There are only two, and they are both here. So this is the ring. The ring is connected to Libra. It's the sign of marriage. Also for contracts, agreements. Remember what I told you before. But this is the card like we have a relationship, we make a contract, we are committed to our marriage. This is all the ring. The ring is round, and it proves, or it says, that we are in a relationship or in a contract. So they are both here. So it's possible here that there is a problem with the relationship, but we will find out later where exactly this is going. So here the mice also, it points that we need to pay attention to details here. This is possible. It's possible also that we have certain expectations that are not working out as we thought they would be. Maybe we want to overturn these things, or we want to change them, or we want to renew those things. It's possible that we want to make some changes in those fronts, but we will work this out later. We just now go row by row. We first here focus on the first horizontal line. So we see here the bouquet and the rider. Here we see that somebody is returning to us, maybe somebody we had contact before. Maybe in the beginning it's not clear why this person is coming back in our life, because the clouds are here, we cannot see the things very clear. But anyway, this could be mean that happy news is coming to you. If this is an invitation, if you are invited and you are confused about it, maybe you should accept the invitation and see where this invitation leads you. It's possible also that somebody suddenly pops up at your door, and this person invites you for some happy moments together. Here, this is what we see here. Anyway, this is also, it's possible that this person brings you a present. This is possible also. Anyway, the meeting is positive. In some cases, this can be a gift of money. Sometimes this is possible. It's also possible that this person invites himself, so he is unannounced. He just comes to your door, and you are a little bit confused about the whole situation here. And also it's possible there's some flirting going on here with this whole situation. Here then, with the rider and the clouds, we see here that we want to change some things in our life. Maybe the situation is not as we hoped for. Maybe it's related to the relationship, I'm assuming so here. And it's possible here that we are planning to make some changes, because we cannot see clear anymore why we are engaged in this. It's like there's some obstructions here in this combination. Maybe we don't know. Sometimes it's a problem for Libra for making choices. Maybe we don't know what choice that we need to make. It's like it's a clouded vision, and we already have difficulties for making a decision. So it could be a little bit of both here that we have. What we see more here, the message confuses us, as you said. It makes us think, because the clouds make us think. Maybe we focus on the problem. This is possible also, and we might be focusing on the details, because the mice is details. It's possible that for the moment you feel like a lack of perspective, and you really need to focus here where this is going. If you have a business, this is possible also, that it's possible that you lost a little bit perspective. Maybe things are not going as you expected them to be. There's some confusion here, maybe some despair here. This is possible also. But here, maybe we need to take some action against all this confusion. Maybe we need to think about it, check the details, concentrate on the details for finding a solution here, because maybe it's possible here for now we found ourselves a little bit without a plan, so we don't act desperate. We need to focus here. Then we have the second line here, the cross, the mice, and the ring. The cross is a heavy card. It puts pressure on us. And it's also a card of protection. So it will never let happen things before their time. Sometimes situations are irritating, and the cross still keeps us in that condition. Why? Because it's not yet the right time. It's a card that is connected to time. So in a way, it's annoying, but in a way also it protects us. What we see here, so here we are confronted with some difficult situations. These situations could be avoiding to the relationship. Maybe we are thinking about, it's like we are analyzing the situation, and if not, we should. So it's like here we make an analysis of the situation where this brings us. Maybe here this card also tests us. It tests the relationship, and it's needed for us that we see everything what is going on, the small details. We need to make an analysis about it. Here, this is what we see here. Maybe there is some doubt. We saw the clouds here. This is, we don't see clear. And here, then we see the doubts here that we have here. It's possible that we feel this relationship as a drag. We cannot really get out of it. This is possible also, but as I said, it will not be easy for getting out, because the cross it puts pressure on us, and it's like we are carrying the cross, and we need to make decisions about that. But before we need to make a decision, we need to see that we have everything straight, that we have everything in a straight plan, so we can make the right decision. So if everything is clear, then you will be able here to make the decision. Maybe you're here also the issue is that we think about, or we test ourselves, or we reflect about the fact, if we go out of certain relationship, how much that we actually will lose. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, this if we have a burden and we have decided, it's possible that if we see this relationship as a burden, we let it go. We let it go. This relationship. It's possible also that with this combination, that you think that there are more problems than there actually are. But this is because you cannot see the things very clear. So maybe you need to let it some time. Maybe the problems are less than they expected. I don't say that you're not going to release this relationship. It's possible, but you need to think about it well here, especially if it's a burden. Also, in another way, it's possible if we are a religious person or a spiritual person, that we have, because of all this confusion, we feel a little bit more less connected to our faith or to our spirituality or our religion. This is what we see here also here. We cannot see clearly anymore. Before, we are more committed to our religion. We had a lot of trust in our faith, but it's like temporary. We don't see it so well anymore. It's like our faith is a little bit, it leaves us behind. We cannot find the strength in it anymore, because the mice is less strength. So we find maybe less strength in our faith or in our religion or in our convictions that we have in our life. Maybe before, we are very focused, maybe a little bit dogmatic about our relationship, a very focused point, but this could now all change because of difficult situation that we are in our life. Then we have the mice and the ring in itself. Here we see that because certain events pop up in this relationship, certain difficulties are popping up, we are thinking about breaking a promise, or actually we break the promise, we break the relationship. Here it's possible that also it's not what we expected. We have disappointment here with this relationship, and in a way it's possible that you decide to move on of this relationship, because we have the stork here, and the stork is big changes. It's a migrating bird. He migrates, he changes us. So it's possible here that you are about to make a decision, but it's the last line here. So it's possible in the weeks to come that you make a decision about letting this whole thing go. It's not beneficial for you anymore, and you let it fade away, as they say. In another way, in a simple way, here also we need to be careful that we don't lose some of our jewelry, because the mice sometimes they steal. So it's possible here that some of your small jewelry would be stolen. This is what we see here, but this is another point of view. So just be careful here, or in the relationship itself, if you decide to go, there are not unbalanced things happen. So if you decide to go out of this relationship, be careful that things that are actually yours, that are not stolen or taken away from you, who actually belong to us. It's better we prevent than we need to solve the problem afterwards. Anyway, this points to the dissolving of a contract or an agreement. The agreement slowly goes away. It's not something that will happen abruptly, because the mice slowly bite. So it's something that goes a little bit slower here. Maybe it's not meant to be here, this relationship. Maybe you feel that this relationship is not real for you, like fake more. It can also feel a little bit like you feel that the whole thing is a little bit unhealthy here. You are not feeling really close together. There's no cohesion between the two of you. This is what we all see here with this combination. Then we have the letter, the clovers and the stork. The clovers is the lucky card of the deck. So here we see here that you will receive certain messages. The letter is not an email. The letter is a message that actually contains value. It's like a degree, and a degree you can translate. You can look for a job, so you can translate it in money. So this is like a degree, a bond, something that you can translate in money. So probably here you are about to receive some news here. This news will be positive, and it will let you make certain decisions. We know that decisions are not easy for Libra, but here we see here that certain changes are coming because of this news that you are receiving. Maybe you wish for something, you hope for something that is changes. Maybe you hope on changes. This is possible. Also, what we see here. Anyway, it will be serious news. It will have a big impact on you. It will be serious changes here that we see here. If we are about to apply for something, or it's possible here also that this ends positive. If we are about, if we are waiting for a degree or money, or money that comes from somewhere, because in some cases, it's also, this is a migrating bird. If we are waiting on money that comes from abroad, this is possible also. Maybe this money finally arrives and it brings us relief. It helps us. It protects us. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, it could also mean a degree that finally arrives. If you finished school or university or whatever, this could mean that you that a degree or something that certificate that is important for you that is arrived, and this certificate brings big changes in your life. Here also what we see more here, you receive an offer, possible an offer, and this offer brings changes. As the stork is a migrating bird, it's possible that this offer makes you literally move. I don't see directly abroad here, but it's possible that you move because the stork makes us move. Anyway, we see here also it's possible here. This points also if you buy a lottery ticket that you win some additional money. For some people, this will relate. For others, of course not. But it's possible here that you buy the winning ticket here, and you could do some changes with that. Anyway, here you're planning certain opportunities in your life. You will communicate about this opportunity. Maybe also you have the feeling related to the relationship that the communication in the relationship is not serious enough for you. This is possible also, and you want to bring some changes, and maybe this is why this whole thing is about to change. The stork and the clovers and the stork, then we have here, if you decide to make the changes, which you will do probably, we will be able, maybe we are hanging on to some negative habits in our life. And here we have the possibility to leave those negative habits behind us. I think this is not something very difficult to overcome, but it's like a negative habit that is putting pressure on us. And it's like we can let it go if we want, and if we do, it will have a positive effect on us. This is what we see here also. Maybe the transition that you are about to make, it will be serious, but also there is a lightheartedness to it. It will maybe all go smoother than you think, because here the clovers is a protective card. So it means changes that are about to come will go smooth. It's like the whole transformation is protected. And as I said, it will not happen before it's time, since we have the cross there. When it's the right time to cut in this relationship, when you take the decision, this will be the right time for letting everything go. This is what we see here also. What we see more here, Anyway, there is improvement here. There's a general improvement here. Then we have the bouquet, the cross, and the letter. The bouquet and the cross here, these are actually two, this is a good combination, these two cards. Here, it's like we are apologizing to each other in this relationship. If we go, we apologize, but maybe we see it's not for us. It don't work out. It's time for something else, to have faith in ourselves again, and we renew ourselves and we go in a different kind of direction. With the storks there, it points to something like that. If you do, later on, it's possible that time is on your side. This is also here what we see here, because this is the card of time and we have the bouquet here. So time is on your side, related later on also to money or valuables. This will come on the right time. Time is on your side, related to documents, to anything important, because this is an important document. This document can really change your life if it's a degree or whatever it is. This is a life changer here that you can see here. Or anyway, there is this will also put pressure on you. It will put pressure on you. The document will, in a way, it will pressure you to change, but the pressure will come lightly. It's like there's a certain harmony in it here. This is what we see here. It's like something is coming to you and it's meant to be. It's like this letter is connected to a predestined luck. This is what we see here anyway. Also, there will be friendlessness from your part. This is what we see here, harmony. It's possible also that you are generous during this period to come. And even if we don't have an easy period, we will still try to present ourselves in an harmonious way. Maybe we don't share everything with everybody. We try to make ourselves beautiful for our environment. We make us up, even though we don't have an easy time with this combination for now. Then we have the cross and the letter. As I said, this is an important sign here that we are receiving. It will not be easy, but the news that is coming here is very important for us. In a way, it's not easy, but in a way, it will relieve us. So here we see the both. That's the both sides of the cross here. There's this decision also. It will come with responsibilities, but it's positive. But it will come with responsibilities here. This is what we see here: responsibilities, pressure. It's possible also in this combination that your faith is putting pressure on you, or your religion or your spirituality. This is possible also with this combination that we see here. Anyway, this can also point literally to important documents. It can point to a Bible, a Quran, a Tanakh, anything religious, a religious text here that we see here is connected here, that you are in those documents or in those religious scriptures here. This is what we see here, maybe for relieving ourselves a little bit. Then we have the rider, the mice and the clovers. Normally here, the rider is a very assertive card. It puts things in action. But the mice, they do the opposite. So if here it could be that things are slowing down a little bit, maybe because you are hesitating about certain things, it slows us down here a little bit. This is what we see here. And maybe this slowing down, as we see the cross and we have the clovers here, maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe it's a positive thing here that we see here with the two. This slowness might work in our benefit here. This is what we see here. But anyway, it can point to a stressful and a pressure situation that we are feeling ourselves in, and eventually it will lead to the decision, and the decision will lead to changes. What we see more here, also possible, especially now with Mercury retrograde, it's that some messages that need to be delivered on you on time are late. I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but here we see it actually in the combination. This is not always the case, but here it is. It's possible also that you feel less energetic here. You don't see the point anymore. What we see more here, the message is delayed. This is possible, but actually maybe it might be a good thing. Then we have the mice and the clovers in itself. If somebody would take something for us, because I saw here before that you need to be careful with your, that literally jewelry is not stolen from you. But here with this combination, we see that there is actually, if things would be stolen from us, we are protected from it. So maybe this person tried to take something from you and you catch them. You catch them. This is possible that you see it. That you see it here. This is possible also. Or this person intends to take and we see it. We see it coming. What we see more here, we are growing more suspicious here about the communication we have in this relationship. It's not working us for out us anymore. We are bothered by it here, by this the things that are going on. We experience them as unhealthy. This is possible also. Then we come the clouds, the ring and the stork. This points to relationships problems we cannot see clear in the relationship we all that have. Maybe there are loyalty problems, but I don't actually see cheating here or backstabbing or that there is a third party. I don't see that here, but this combination points more to sincerity. Maybe you have the feeling that the relationship is fake. There is no sincerity in the relationship. It's not about cheating here. There's no sincerity in the relationship here. This is like the relationship is not as we thought it would be. It's like you feel maybe that the relationship is unstable for you here. This is possible here. Maybe you say, oh, this is not on the long run for me. I don't want to take my chance here for the long run. I'm going to let this go. This is what I think here. This is what we see here. Maybe the problem is, or could be, that there is something hidden in this relationship and you discover that. Maybe something was hidden to you in the other partner, in your partner. Maybe he was connected to something or someone else. And this is confusion will clear up later on. This is what we see here also with this combination. In some cases, it could mean that there is a hidden marriage or a hidden contract or something is hidden that is connected to that person here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this is an unclear relationship. We are unclear, we are insecure about it. There are mutual misunderstandings. We agree to disagree here. This is what we see here. This is a problematic situation here that we are in. It brings you concerns. As I said here, we see again, don't sign any contracts because this comes here literally again. We see it here again, don't sign any contracts during this period because it will not work out well. Normally this don't show up so clearly in readings, but here it shows up 2 times. So just don't sign anything here that involves your person or movement or changing, or just wait it out till after the 18th here because it comes 2 times back here. Anyway, this points to a commitment that this is about to change. If you're in business, this is a transformation of business, because if this is business, the stork transforms your business, and there will be big changes. If you have a business, maybe you go towards this in a total different approach. Slowly, your business will transform in something totally else. Maybe the financial side of the business is not satisfactory for you, and you will make a total switch slowly, because the stork is a migrating bird. It's not, sometimes it's on the longer run, because the stork is a slow bird. It's a big bird, so sometimes he tends to move a little bit slower. He cannot go from one day migrating to another country. It takes some time. So it's possible here that you are balancing or thinking about making a move in your business. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, it's possible here in the future. It's possible that you engage in another relationship here. This is about to come. Once this is finished, you are about to come in a different relationship. It's also possible here that people make promises to each other, but there is no clarity in these promises. We make promises, but maybe the promises don't have a solid foundation. They are clouded. It's like they are not true. I don't say they are lies, but they are not truthful here, this relationship. Anyway, this will bring a transformation for both parties. Both parties will go their way. You transform each other, you learn of each other. The effects of it will be inevitable here, that is we see. And it's also, you will see it coming. In a way, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Maybe you don't accept, but it's coming here. Anyway, there's some new things possible coming from us in the future when this is all behind, when we are recovered from this situation. Then we have the bouquet, the mice, and the stork. Here we see the recovery here. Again, as I said, it's already here. We also, if this is behind us, we will renew our faith. We will renew our faith. We will have trust in the changes that are about to come to us. If you felt a little bit under the weather because of this whole thing, also you will feel your strength is coming back. Slowly you're coming back on your old self here. This is what we see here. If some people in your environment, or you receive some news of people that they had doubts about you, they will see they were wrong, that you were right. This is what we see also with this combination. But they will figure it out for themselves that they were wrong. So no need to go into it for too much. These people will know they were wrong. It's better to let it go, not to go too much into it here. Maybe these people, they acted not just to you. There was like a fake friendship here, but they will see they were wrong. Don't lose your temper about it here. Just let it go. Anyway, it's best to, Libra can be diplomatic. It's best to be diplomatic about it and just let it go here. Maybe these people acted a little bit, I would almost say corrupted here, but here just maybe it's best to stay diplomatic and stale about it, not involve your feelings about it here. It's possible also related maybe to friends that you reject some invitations. You think about it because there will be a lot of invitations coming through, but it's possible that certain you will reject here. Then we have the mice and the stork on itself. Here we see a lot of changes again. It's possible that you think that once this is all settled, this is definitive, but it's possible that there come some changes on changes and some things are coming back because the ring is round. So it's possible it's not yet totally cleared out, and you might think everything is solved, but it might not be. It might not be. This is possible also. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this points to not an easy process that we are undergoing. Maybe certain facts about this relationship or certain things from this relationship pop up afterwards. This is possible also. We see more here. Related to if you live somewhere, it's possible also. This is then in a simple explanation, and you had some pests in your house like mice or cockroaches or whatever. It's possible that you get these come back. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's another point of view here what we see. Anyway, this points also that we cannot let this whole situation influence our health. We need to see that we stay healthy, take enough vitamins, protect ourselves against all forms of viruses and infections. This is what we see here also. We need to take enough vitamins, healthy foods. This is what we see here also. We need to take care of our bodies. This is what we see here also. In this combination also, we see that it's possible that something that is going on behind our back that we cannot actually see clear here. But for now, it will be difficult to solve, but there is transformation to come. I think in the months to come, there will be big changes, but we cannot see the changes now. And some situations about this relationship cannot be immediately solved. It's like they will be dragging on for a while. But after, there will come changes. So, are we around here? Did we? Yeah, we did it. We are around. So, Libra, for the air group or the aerosol group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading and you get a little bit wiser of it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please watch also the financial card readings. Anyway, thank you for your time on my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and we see each other in my other card readings. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected to this video. See you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Libra, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the month of October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. This is up to 18 October, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes it. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see that you receive mails too late, your bus is not showing up, your flight is canceled, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers of the package is wrong. These are all things that happen during Mercury retrograde. It's because our mind, the mind of all people, is tending to go a little bit slower during that period. Also, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laundry machines. Why? These devices are connected to the contract, and the contract is connected to the warranty, and there may be popping up some problems there in that area. Anyway, the general idea here is that we don't sign any contracts or agreements at all during that period. However, if for some reason we are forced, we have no choice, we feel compelled, or we want to sign a contract or an agreement, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract, you cannot anymore. If you want to get out of the contract, you need to pay a big fine, and the circle is starting to turn around and you cannot get out. So anyway, this being said, here we start for the card reading for Libra for October for the Stone group. The first card that we see here, if this is you as a man, this is the person card. So this could represent a man or a man in your life, or if you are a man, you are this man, or it's a man that is important in your life. Here, the second card that we are seeing here, this is the tree. The tree is the card of health, our health condition. It can also mean that we are slowly growing, slowly improving in our life. We also probably need to think things through before we speak, because the birds is about communication here in this moment. It's important now that we do so. If there are some small challenges in our life, we need to face those challenges. We cannot extend them. We need to put things in certain perspectives so we can evolve in our life. It also tells us that we need to have trust in life, that life is good to us, or it will be good. We need to balance ourselves, literally like a Libra. And also in some cases, also if we have certain knowledges in certain fields, we need to apply this knowledge. Maybe this knowledge is, we can communicate already about this knowledge because we already have a lot or substantial knowledge, because the tree is something that slowly grows. So I'm assuming that this is about that. We see the house here. The house can sometimes represent our colleagues, our work, people who are close to us. It can literally present the body. So maybe you have a lot of knowledge about the body, about your house, about things like that. Things are directly confronted here with us, and maybe you need to apply that knowledge. So then we go in the lines itself. We have the man and the house here. Here we see that a person, man or woman, is visiting our house. It could be a relative that is coming to us. Maybe this is an important meeting that we have because the cross is important. This person could be a very stable person. Maybe you know this person already for a longer time. Maybe he's coming on regular basis, but this visit is specifically important in certain areas of your life. This could possibly also be somebody you have already a long friendship with, but this visit is difficult. Or you are the one visiting them in their house. Maybe these people are, or this person is related to spirituality, to religion, to something that is very important for them and also important for you. This is what we see here with this combination. What we see more here, this person is very founded. He's very solid. He has very solid foundation. He knows what he's talking about. He could be a little bit a rigorous type, a strict type of person here. This is what we see here also. It's a man also, maybe he works in his house. Maybe his business is in his house. Maybe he do something related to the house or to the body. This is possible also what we see here. But anyway, this man has an important influence on you, on your life. This is what we see here. Also, he's responsible towards his family and his friends. This could be you, or this could be a man that is close to you. Then we have the house and the cross on itself. If you are considering already for a long time for making a house move, this might be the right time, because the cross is the time. This might be the right time to do so, to start looking around. Maybe you have been considering this for a long time and you have been lingering on for this for a while, but this might be the right time to start taking steps towards this direction. If you do so, you don't need to be scared, because the cross, it protects us. It also will not let you engage before it's the right time. So this is what we see here. So if you have plans in that area, maybe it's now the right time. This is the right time now for doing so, for taking those steps. If you are happy in your house, this means, this card, that this is the house where you are meant to be, if you feel happy in your place. It could also point to a religious place where you come together with a group of friends or people who are like-minded of you, like a church, a mosque, or a spiritual place where you pray or where you meditate. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this is these things that are happening here are very founded. Meditation we see here. We could have strong convictions here about this place where we are going. We are convicted, and probably it is the right path for us because we have the cross here. What do we see here more? Then we go in the second line here. We have the moon and the tree. This means the moon is the way our mind works. It's sometimes also about creativity. It's about receiving honors, invitations. So this card means that probably you are a person that is able to take care of others' health. Not necessarily that you are a doctor, but here I see it could be that you are a healer of some kind. Maybe you work with things that come out of nature, herbs, things that are associated with that. This is possible. It's like you have a knack for it, like you know how to handle this. Probably you slowly grown into this wisdom, because this is the card of wisdom, smartness. So probably you will have grown slowly into this, and maybe it's now time to start to communicate of this. Maybe you didn't have taken the decision about that, but I'm thinking here, maybe it might be the right time now to share this information that you have, or to actually implement it so you can grow with this. Because we see the birds here, and the birds are communicative. It's possible here with this combination, you're a little bit nervous about it, but I think it's the right thing to do here. If you have doubts about that, don't have doubts. It's the right step to take here. It would be the right step to do. You're in the right path for if you're in this area of healing, and you are planning to do so. This could point also in another way, that in your body, man or female, there is a lot of hormones going on in your life. It's a very productive type, hormonally like, also for man or for women. This is what we see here also with this card. There's a lot of spirituality here going on. It's possible also this is connected to that you are connected with this area with some relatives, female relatives in your life, because these are all female cards. So it's possible that you are connected with some female people, maybe female ancestors. It's already for a while in the family, this thing, but nobody ever executed, or they executed and you did not. But if you did not, it might be the right time now to do here. Don't be too emotional about it. Just start it and just go on your own path here. This is what we see here. You are pragmatic enough, you have enough experience now to move on. These two cards here, this the tree and the snake then in itself, this points sometimes to that we have a lot of knowledge about nature, we are connected to nature, we have a lot of connections with natural healing. In another way, this can also point, because we have the cross there, and here we see the house. So this is a church. There's a lot of spiritual things going on here. Maybe this is coming back here. The same combination is coming back here. So we have two times. So this is a double confirmation. We have here. If we are a healer, it means also that we are able to check others, how their health is. I don't see health problems here, but I think it's more like you do checkups of other people. This is what we see here. You are able to detect, for instance, if other people are in health problems. It's like it's born in, it's like you feel it, because the moon feels it, he feels the people. So he or she feels the people here, the moon. This is what we see here. It's like it's deep rooted, and you know what is going on with people, especially the ones who are close to you. But I think also you can feel in the collective what is wrong if people coming to you. This is connected. This is actually here also the tree of life. where we all coming from, where we are all connected to. What we see more here, this is our life journey that we see here. If you feel insecure about this combination tells us also that it's time to liberate yourself, because the snake wants to liberate herself. It's connected to Lilith in astrology, so this card wants to free herself. This is the woman that frees herself and applies what she has learned. So this is what we see here also. It's time here to liberate ourselves from certain constraints that we would have here in this area. In another way, it's possible also that there is some sexual activity in our life going on with a certain man. This is possible also due to the hormones we saw here already. This is possible also here by this combination. On the relationship front, I don't see immediately a relationship here, but I want to mention it anyway. This card, the snake always points to triangle relationship. So here, if you are in a relationship and you would think that this is a monogam relationship, I would say to you, you need to rethink this process and check it out, because the snake always points to triangle relationship. It means that more than two parties are involved in the relationship. If you are aware of it, it's fine. If you are not, you need to check it out if this is the case. But if the snake is there, you can be sure something is going on in this area. Anyway, we need to approach it with wisdom, with smartness. It's also possible that this puts some pressure on us and we want to vocalize ourselves about it, but the tree tells us to be patient. So it's best not to fly into it. We need to evaluate the situation. We need to see we have all the facts. So if we make certain decisions about this, we are sure that this decision is supported by facts. But you can check and you will come to the result that you want to have. But here also I see some nerves here. There's some stress here that we see going on here, in this combination. What we see more here in this combination. Here also we see if you want to do this job, there's a very strong focus, because the snake makes us focus on certain things in our life, and I think here this is related to the job. So you can very strongly focus on that, and the results will be positive. It's destined to be like this. There's a strong subconscious connection here with people who are connecting to you here. This is what we see here also in this connection of cards. Then we have the mice, the crossroads, and the birds. As I said earlier, before we make a choice, we need to see we have all facts in row. Don't be too talkative about things. If you discover certain facts, wait it out. The snake is smart. You need to wait it out. The snake tells you to be smart and wait the right time. The tree tells us to be patient. We need to gather all the facts. So this is what we see here. Don't be emotional about it, because the moon can make us emotional. So don't be like that. See, you gather all the facts before you take a decision, because if you are not, it's possible that you take the wrong decision, or you take decisions based on wrong facts. This is what we see here also with this combination. If you take the decision too soon or too fast, or the decision is based on gossip, afterwards you could have regrets about this decision. This is what we see here. It's possible for the moment also you feel some restrictions around you, but this will all pass over. Anyway, the advice here is, as I said, with the snake, to be cautious here. We need to be cautious about certain decisions and not go into gossips. We need to be sure. It's also possible that you have some doubts about making a decision. This is possible also with this combination. Then we have the crossroads and the birds on itself. Again, here, this comes, we cannot overrush it. It's the same again. We are placed in front of decision. We cannot rush. We cannot jump the gun here. We need to be careful here. What we are deciding, we need to see it's established. We get the same here again. Don't rely on things you read on the internet about gossip or whatever. Just see that your facts are straight here. Even though it makes you nervous, you are a little bit chaotic. Sometimes also it's not good to take urgent or sudden decisions. It's not a good thing to do. Just don't do. Also, if you read on certain things and on certain social platforms or networks, don't believe everything you read. It could bring you in taking wrong decisions. This is what we see here also. You need to go your own way if you have gathered all the facts and if you have been quiet about the problem long time enough, if you have deliberated about it. What we see more here, there's some changes coming, changes in communication. If you will make the choices, if it's the right time, because you have the cross, probably you will not be able to make the choices because the cross is there, so it will limit you for making the choices till it's the right time. But if you make the choices at the right time without forcing it, you will see that everything falls together at the right place at the right time. So don't move too fast, even if several options here are offered to you. This is what we see here also. It's possible if you make a choice eventually, or it's the right time for making a choice, that if you make the choice that you're a little bit startled about your own choice, but afterwards you see it works out well, it was the right choice. So this is what we see here also with this combination. It's important here that we gather the facts, that we ask the right questions, that you make up your own mind and not be influenced by others. You need to be your own judge here. This is what we see here. So think twice before you act, speak. This is what we see here also with this combination. It takes time here to do this. Then we go in the verticals. We see the man, the moon, and the mice. Here, this good point, if you are in contact, or if you are a man, this man who has certain knowledge, as we saw already, this person is highly honored by public. Here, he has certain standing. People like this person. This is what we see here also, if you are that man. It can also point that this person attracts a lot of people because the moon attracts. So it's possible here that a lot of people are coming to this person. If this is you or a woman, we set this as a neutral card because we do a general laying. But if you are a man, people will be attracted to you. Maybe specifically women are attracted to you on your field of work then, I mean, but it's possible also in another way, that it's in a sexual way. They are attracted to you. This is possible also. Anyway, this is a person who has a lot of depth. He has psychological insights here, this person, in the way the mind works, the psychological side of the mind here. This is what we see here also. It's possible also that this person is, if you are in his surroundings, or if you are this person, that this person, he has like an atmosphere around him that calms you down. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we, in a way, also, if you are a woman, it's possible that you spend a night with this person. This is possible here also, what we see. Anyway, here then we see the moon and the mice. It's possible if we had some health issues ourselves, or we felt a little bit under the weather, that we start to get more energy. We will over the long run, we will overcome our problems, but it could be a little bit delayed because the mice delay sometimes things. It's possible also with this combination that certain people who were in your life that doubted you were correct, but they will be proven wrongly, and you will be the one right. But maybe it's best not to go into it, just let it be for what it was. But these people will be proven wrongly. They were mistaken about us, and they realize that they made the mistake towards certain decisions or certain feelings that you have, and they will see that you were correct about these things that you mentioned or that you felt. What do we see here? Sometimes also because maybe you feel a lot as a man or as a woman, it could be put some pressure on you. It could be exhausting because you know how things are going to work out. And if people then tell you it's not going to be like this, it can put some pressure on you. So the best thing to do to save your energy is not to go into it too much and save your energy for yourself. Try to not to lose your sleep about it. Try to sleep, relax, drink a glass of milk before you go to sleep. No need to have fear about it. Just move on of it. You know who you are, and you know what you're doing, and you know what you're feeling, and you know it's correct. Then we have the house, the tree, and the crossroads here. This points to a person, as I said earlier, who works at home. This person, his work is based on solid knowledge. You can go in another way if you have this knowledge. It can make you focus on a different path in your life. This is what you should do here. It's probably something that is in your family for a long time, as I said earlier, but maybe nobody executed it ever. But if you doubt about it, it's time to take the steps. I see this here again. It comes always back. If you are not feeling comfortable anymore in the house where you are staying now, again, we see this here again, maybe it's time to move out of there. Maybe the surroundings are not anymore in your favor and you want to go out of there. Maybe you want to go to a place that is more quiet for you. Maybe the environment is a little bit too noisy for now because we have the birds here, and you want more tranquility, more rest of mind, peace of mind. This is what we see here, because the snake asks us ask for quiet environments, not too much noisy, not too much chattering. So this is what we see here also with this combination. This, if you move, this could be the place where you actually grow old and where you stay, this place where you would be going. This points also to a person who is very founded, maybe an unchangeable personality. He knows this is his path in life. This is what we see here. If you move to this new situation, if you decide to do it, you will see long-term results within this year. You will see long-term results here. This will be long terms, but the actual results, the good results, the stable results, what will stay, it will come in the year to come. So you don't need to worry. It will move a little bit slow, but it's sure to come. There's also a devotion here to the family, taking care of the family. We feel a deep warmth for our family here. There's a feeling of safeness here towards the family. We have certain rules, tradition, regulations that we are following here. It's possible that some of these traditions might be changing, even though we have a very strict personality or strict house rules, but some might change because we have the crossroads here, especially towards communication. Also, it's possible that we start to change we try to communicate in a different way, maybe because of the profession, we adjust our communication, or we talk to other sorts of people, some people, some other groups of people. Here, this is what we see here. Also, our life energy is changing here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, it's time here you make this decision. Don't be stagnant anymore. Follow your path here. It's possible also that your family is supportive in this area, maybe more supportive than you think of, because they know you have sufficient knowledge about this. Maybe you're always involved with it without you actually mind it. But I think here they are a lot involved in these things. Anyway, if you take these decisions, they will give you physical and mental freedom. Then we have the cross, the snake, and the birds. Here, with this combination, we must see here that if certain facts come in our life, we need to be sure that they are actually are what they appear to be. Maybe some things close to you are not what they appear to be. If this is about a relationship, it might be there. As I mentioned earlier, this could be triangles. If it's related to that, I'm assuming it is. So here, some things are not as they appear to be. It's possible when you discover this that it hurts you. It hurts you not physically, but mentally. It hurts you mentally here. There's like a test here, how strong the foundations are here. And it can put some pressure on you here. This is what we see here also. If you discover this, man or woman, it's possible that you need to struggle with the competition here. This is what we see here also. We're struggling, we're testing, we compete with the second woman here, as we see here, for getting things our way. But it's, as I said earlier, you need to move at the right time. The snake stays in the grass till it's the right time to strike. Don't chatter too much about it before. You need to wait till you have all the facts. We see this here again. You can focus on the thing if you want to, because the snake allows us to focus on these things. It's also possible here with this combination that this man or this woman or you will have a lot of followers. People follow your trends, they follow your ideas. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, you need to see that you have a well worked out plan here with these combinations. Focus on one thing, not on many things, because else your mind will get distracted, and that is not the attention with this combination. We need to focus on single things, and we need to focus on what we know best, and we have experiences, so we can grow here with this combination. It's possible also here with this combination that you will need to make some compromises, some diplomatic compromises. Libra can be very diplomatic, so it's possible here that you need to make some diplomatic compromises, maybe with other parties or with yourself. This is what we see here. There's like a lobbying going on here, maybe a lobbying for customers, but or for seeing where you are. But here we need to see that we keep focus on our direction in life. Then we have the man, the tree, and the birds here. This is, again, it's a health practitioner. This person can talk about it. He has a lot of experience in the knowledge. He gradually grow in this position. This also points that we spend time with a friend, or might be a lover, and we communicate with this person about certain facts in our life. This is what we see here also. It's possible that this person is a healer. As we saw here, this is always coming back, the same things I said before. Then we see the tree and the birds in itself. This points to established knowledge again. The communication is positive. To health matters, there are positive progress here. There is improvement. If you have health issues, your health issues will improve here. If you talk about your concerns to this person, they will be understood and they will see your point of view. This is what we see here also. It's possible that you talk to this person about that you have been patient, and this person reciprocates with you about this, about your patience. It's possible also that you have certain inspirations that are coming to you while you are talking to this person. Maybe there's communication about our grandparents, about the job we are about to do, because this is in the bloodlines. It's not the knowledge that just come overnight. It's already there. This is like a communication that is meant to be. This is like a discussion we need to have with this person. It's possible also that towards this person we have feelings towards this person. This is possible also. It's possible that this person gives you energy also. This is possible also with this combination. And there's a lot of pragmatic interaction between the two of you here. You're pragmatically connected also, thinking alike a little bit here, I see, because the moon is like-mindedness. Anyway, also you could be feeling a little bit nervous, since the birds intend to make us nervous a little bit. Then we have the cross, the tree, and the mice. Again, here we are on if we make this choice, it's the right track of life. It's always coming back here. You need to have faith in yourself, especially in health matters. We need to do, it's possible also with this combination, because you know a lot of things, you feel a lot of things. Sometimes also it's a burden for you. It's healing others, but it's also a burden for you. This is what we see here also with this combination. This is things that are connected to higher levels. People who are in the astral things and like that, they will know what I mean here, if you are into that. Also, it's possible that you have a very strong focus on your health, that you have follow very strict regimes, food regimes. This is possible here also. Here we are noticing also that our body gets older. We notice that our body gets older. We need to see that we have strength. We eat enough foods. We cannot be too strict about food regimes. We need to see that we have all vitamins, all ingredients, all nutritions. We cannot be too strict, too ascetic about certain diets. If we have them, we need to see that we have an overall good health situation. If we are in meditation, we cannot let it excess in our body here. This is what we see here also with this combination. So Libra, for the stone group for the month of October, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed your card reading and you get a little bit wiser out of this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Thank you also for watching my videos about the financial side. Anyway, thank you for spending your time on your channel, and we see each other, I'm sure, in my other videos. If this video don't fit you at all, please check out the other videos that are connected here in the whole 4 videos here that are following here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Hello Libra, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde up to 18 October. This means it's not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see that your flight is canceled, your bus is late, the emails you need to receive are not coming. It has consequences. Packages that need to come in your home are wrongly delivered at the wrong address. The containers is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. It's because our mind, the mind of all people, the collective mind, is working a little bit slower. Also, during that period, it's not a good time for buying cell phones, laundry machines, or whatever you need. Why? Because these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty. And you understand there could be warranty problem, excuse me. Anyway, if for some reason you are obligated to sign a contract, you feel compelled, you have no choice, or you want to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterward you change your mind. You want to get out of the contract, you cannot anymore. If you want to get out, you need to pay a big fine. And there we go. So the best thing to do during that period is wait it out and not to sign any agreements or contracts at all. Now, this being said, we go for the card reading for Libra for the fire group. The first card that we see here, it's not an easy card, it's the coffin. It means there is a transformation going on in our life, a serious transformation. Things are about to transform and they will never come back in their same shape. With this card, it's also possible that the situation that we are in is not easy. There is no progress in the situation. It's like fruitless. There is no advancement in our current situation. This is what we see here. Anyway, this is possibly a thing that we need to go through. It's part of life sometimes, but possibly this is related to a relationship, that the relationship is not easy for now, or it's about to change, or some changes are coming. Also, I can see there's a man related to this relationship, because we have the man card here also. So if you're a woman, there's a man related to this relationship, if you're a woman. But actually this we present this as a neutral card because we do a general laying here. So this represent the person card. So maybe the relationship is not so easy for now, or we are in a dead end of the relationship and it's about to transform, or it's about to end. This is what we are seeing here. Then the second card we see here, the middle card, is actually the card of Libra. It's the ring. The ring is connected to Venus. It means that we are connected with the partner, but in this case, this connection is not going very well. It's about to change here. There are changes in the relationship, irreversible changes. Things are about to end with a man, or towards a man, or towards a partner. So this is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, we'll go in the lines now for see if we get more information about this relationship or about this situation. So we see the sit here and the lily. Sorry, the coffin and the lily. Here, there's something very important about to happen in our life. This is probably also connected to our work or our path of life or our business that we are doing. So some changes are transforming there also. Maybe in our business or in our work, we are about to take another path, or we are placed in front of decisions that we need to make. And as we know, Libra is not easy to make decisions. It's sometimes Libra waits until the last moment, or needs help for making decisions. It's not an easy thing here for Libra for making decisions. That's specific to the sign. Here, what we see here, it's possible also that this relationship or this work, it's not interesting us anymore. There's nothing we can find anymore that actually excites us. There's nothing there anymore, nothing going on here. It's possible also that if we put a lot of energy in it, but it probably will make us tired, but we can put a lot of energy and then it would turn things around. It's possible that it happens, and this, if we put energy in there, it's possible anyway, we will come to a crossroad. We need to make a decision, even if we put energy in this relationship. It's like if we want to save it, we put energy in it, still we will need to make certain decisions, important decisions here, because the letter is there. So we will need to take some written decisions even that are taken there, that are important if we put energy in this relationship. Maybe if you put energy, you come to the conclusion that it's better to be single again or to be celibate again. If this is on your work area, it's possible that you work alone, but things are about to change. This is possible also here. And if you feel stressed, or you feel pressure, or you feel that you are suffering about this relationship, it's possible also it has an influence on your health, and you need to take care of yourself. See that you eat healthy and that you have sufficient vitamins that are put in your body, spore elements, vitamins, anything that is healthy for having you recovered. The coffin represents spore elements. What we see more here, here it's possible with this combination. Also, if we have a partner that our sex life is on a minimal sex life, or non-existing at all, but there are changes to come in the future, probably if we change the whole relationship or we put it in another context, it's possible. Anyway, this means it's declining, or it's disappearing here, that we see here. What we see here more, it's possible before, regarding the job, that you felt very passionate about your job, but for now you cannot feel any passion, any connection anymore with this job. It's like it bores you, it wears you out. You don't see the ideology of it anymore. So it's like you're ready to bury the passion, and you're ready to bury the job here. This is possible also here. It's possible if you are a creative figure here, in another way, that you if you have grief, or if you are sad about this relationship, you live this out in a creative way. Like this is possible also, maybe in art or something, that you express yourself in that way. This is possible also with this combination here that we see here. Anyway, this is a slow process, because this is two cards that are slow. Probably this is going on for a while, because these are two slow cards, and the cross is slow also. So these are slow cards here that we see. So this is probably a slow process that we are seeing here. It's probably make you sad also, this whole situation. It's like the moment here is dying here also. This is what we see here. It's not possible here to rescue anything anymore here. Then we have the lily and the crossroads on itself. So it means that you come in a different phase of your life, work related, and possibly also sexually related. There's some changes in your life to come, but especially here to the job, this is related. There's a change of direction, a change of lifestyle. We behave in a different way. Probably we will behave more balanced in a way, because we have the ring here. Some things that were before in your life will come back, because the ring is around. So some things maybe that you parted of before will return in your life, or you will let them return in your life regarding your career. Or maybe if you make choices in your career path, it's things that you are familiar with, that you have done before. This is possible also with this combination. Maybe there's because there is no sexual activity for a long time in your life, you actually have the need for sex. Maybe there's a certain craving for sex here. This is what we see here also. This is all possible with this combination. Anyway, this is about lifestyle changes here that we see here. Professions are about to change. It's possible if you go out of this relationship, or out of this work, there are several offers that are coming to you, because here, this is the letter. The letter is not a message that we receive on an email. This is like a degree, or a deed, or a bond. This is something that we can translate in money. Our degree, we can translate that if we apply for a job in money. So this is like an important document that is about to come to you. And this document will help you to bring a different change in your life. And probably to this change, there is a man connected that you will see about this, or this man is connected to this change of job. Here, this is what we see. It's possible also that if this goes to an employer, that this person is older. He has a lot of experience in the field because these are older cards. So it's possible, and this person has a lot of experience. He also a lot of patience. So if we change our job, it's possible that we meet a boss like that, a person who is experienced, who has a lot of experience. He can be a little bit strict, rigid, but I think this person is willing to make a clear and fair balance in the job here. This is what we see here in the middle. Excuse me. What we see more here, it's possible also once you get out of this relationship, it's possible that several partners are crossing your path, or you are letting them pass your path. This is possible also with this relationship. You feel more free. It's like you enjoy more life in general, not only on the sexual front, but you enjoy life more. The small things in life you enjoy, the deeper sense of life. You enjoy life in your way, in your own way. There's a lot of intensity here that we see here. You will be more tolerant to people in this area. So this is what we see here. Also, there might be some difference between us and certain partners to come, and we balance out these difference with the partners to come. Then we have the whip and the ring and the letter. This combination means there is returning suffering in this relationship. The ring returns, as I told you, and there's a way that we suffer. We cannot move in this situation. It's like we are stuck in this situation. We want to get out of this situation, and we want to move on of this. And it makes us, in a way, it makes us suffer. The relationship could be makes us suffer. Here also we could have that some promises are broken. This is what we see here also with this combination. Maybe some written promises are broken. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, this points to painful promises that we make here with this combination. It's possible even with this combination, even if we try to understand each other, it's very difficult to understand each other here with this combination. There can be attraction to the person, but in the same way, it's very difficult to handle each other and to find a compromise. This is what we see here. It's like we are coming always at the same point. We try to solve it, and eventually it leads back to the same situation. So probably, as we see there, the crossroads, we will make some choices and we will move out of this situation. Then we have the ring and the letter. What we see here is that with the lily, especially if we apply for a job, this job that we are about to find, it's meant to be. This is the place where we need to go. If we decide to go out of our job and we go another, this is the place where we need to be. It could mean a place where we stay for a long time in our lives, because the lily is on the long run. It will be an important choice. And it will also, I don't say it will be an easy job. That's not what I'm saying here, because the cross is an easy job. It's a job with responsibility, or comes with responsibility. Maybe you are responsible for certain important documents, but anyway, this points to a job offer also. What we see here, more, you get also, it's possible you get some several invitations for the job. Here, this is what we see. It's possible also that we work with contracts. This is possible also because this is actually a contract. If you have a job, it's possible you yourself, you work with contracts. This is possible also. Maybe we are the type of person, and for Libra this is specific, we like to be always feel that we are in a relationship. So this is what this combination is also about. Maybe we like to be in the future more in a formal relationship. There is a certain form here, because with the cross, it points to structure. Maybe we are tending in the future, after certain frivolities will be past, we will go more in a structural relationship here in the future to come. It's possible also there's a lot of that there's a lot of communication in the relationship, or we talk or we think a lot about a relationship is to come here with this combination here with these cards. It's like we want to be more cohesive, we want to be more closer with a partner. Maybe this was not possible in the past, and it's possible also when this difficult period is past, you reach more out, for connecting with more people. You have a lot of you get also a lot of invites, but it's possible you invite, or you agree to invite with people. You meet with man, or if you're a woman, you meet. If you are a man, you meet with woman, and if you are a woman, you meet with a lot of men. This is what we see here also. It's possible also in the beginning of all these things that you don't involve yourself emotionally too strong, because maybe in the relationship that you have currently or that is about to end, you're very strongly emotionally involved in it. But in the future, I think you will take more distance. It's possible also in the future's relationship, this is the relationship to be where you're coming into. It's possible with this person where you are connected to. Also, it's possible that he's older. He or she is older, because the lily is an older card and the cross is a serious person. So this would be like a serious person that we are meeting here. Maybe the partner of this person is passed away. It's a widower or widowhood. This is possible also with this combination. But anyway, it's somebody mature, somebody who has a lot of experience in certain areas on his life, or he is older in general, which does not mean that the relationship is not possible, because I think to this person you will feel connected, or you feel connected to each other. Even there is an age difference here, what we see. Anyway, this person could be have certain ideologies. It's possible he's strictly religious. If not religious, he's very spiritual. It's one of the both. So this person has certain convictions. He's convicted about his path he follows in life, or he's convicted about his religion or his spirituality. In that area, this person is very strong connected to his beliefs or his spirituality. Then we have the coffin, the whip, and the moon. Here we see that there is emotional hurt going on. The moon is our feelings, and the whip is punishing us. So there are emotional hurt here, and sometimes we cannot express these feelings very well, because the coffin makes us keep things inside. We process them. It's like something is transforming in us, and we need to set our feelings straight. And because we cannot momentarily set everything straight, it's like we are suffering about it. This is what we see here also. I would mention here also, I mentioned this earlier, take care of your health. We see this here again. You need to see that you take enough vitamins. If this relationship put a lot of pressure on you, you need to see you eat healthy. If you are not able to eat a lot, just see you eat the right things and take sufficient vitamins here with this combination. But anyway, we can see here that if you take care of your body and your mental health, a recovery here is possible here with this combination, or it will come. The recovery will come here. It's possible also that you will decide to move on. Here the moon invites us, so it means in the future you will get a lot of invites, and these invites are meant to be the people that you will meet in the future. You are meant to meet them, and they will give you certain experience, and these experience will have certain impact of you, and these impacts are important for you. This is what we see here. Anyway, it will be a little bit a process sometimes of waiting to meeting the right one, the right persons here. This is what we see here also with this combination. There will be invites, as we saw here, and if you expect certain things out of these meetings, you can go into that. Whatever is in your mind, whatever you think or this person thinks is possible. So whatever that is, if you want to go to certain places, it's possible. If you want to do certain things, this will be possible. You will both agree with this because you have maturity enough in this field. You will both understand each other. Probably the people you will meet, they will have similarities. You will find common fields in whatever area that is, sexual, food, or whatever, or places you want to go. If you want to go on the road, there will be a lot of things that you agree about. So this is possible here also, and there will be important experiences here that will be coming, or whatever what you experience there. It's possible also here that you feel that you have difficulties also because you are pressured, that you don't know very well how to express yourself. We saw this here already. This is coming back here. Then we have the whip and the moon on itself. Here with this card, it's like here the harmony in the relationship is disturbed. So there is quarrels here, and it will be difficult here to restore the harmony. I think this is in the past, these things. So there are some arguments here that we see here. It's like we're battling in this relationship, battling with ourselves, battling to get out of this relationship. This is what we see here. Anyway, you will know intuitively, because the moon is intuition, how you need to handle this. In another way, this good point, if your job could be related to a night shift, that you are working in the night shift. For some people, this will apply here with this combination. This is possible also. You will feel very strongly what is about to happen to you. Maybe you cannot always express it, but you will feel it. This is like a silence before the storm. Sometimes you feel the storm is coming. It's also possible here that if you are a woman, there are certain things. Maybe your partner is very, one of the partner is very dogmatic, very strict. And here we see that a person, one of the two partners, wants specifically to express their female rights. This is what we see here with this combination. Like there could be some issues there. As a woman, you want to express yourself and you want to make your rights clear. You want to be balanced out. Maybe that's part of the problem in the relationship, that we don't feel that we are balanced out enough, that the relationship is balanced enough. This is what we see here also. This problem may be the root of the problem, or this may be the cause of several of the problems. Sometimes maybe also you have difficulties to sleep, you wake up, you have odd dreams or difficult dreams. This is possible also. Then we have the lily, the ring, and the cross. This points to relationships. This relationship puts a burden on us. But I think this here, this is about to come. I think this is for the future. This is the line of now, and this is the future. So I think this is the next. And the next relationship that you will have is meant to be. We see this here coming again here. Also, it's possible in the start of the relationship, you are not very anxious to go in the sexual aspect of the relationship. It's possible you hold a little bit back till you are sure. But once the decision is made, then it will be a different story. But it's possible when in the beginning of the relationship, it's like you are quite restrictive. If you are not, it's possible that it's the partner that is quite restrictive. One of the both will restrict. It's possible there's a lot of meeting, there's a lot of going out, there are several partners, but there's like restrictions here, limitations here. That is what we see here. It doesn't mean there is no sexual connection, because there is, but it will take, the cross is time. The cross is time, so it will take some time, but once it's going, there will be mutual delights here once it's the time. Here, there's a commitment here also. One of the two can be a little bit strict, but serious, of course. This is a serious person. Then we have the ring and the cross in itself. It's a very important relationship we are about to enter here. We see this here. It's a relationship we probably will stick on the long run, because the lily is on the long run and the cross is serious. So if we go in our next relationship, if we are finishing with this one, the next one will be something that is with us for a very long time. That's maybe why we feel it, that it's going to be serious, and we want to take the slow pace. But once you're off the hook, it will be a different story here. It will be okay. Anyway, what we see more here, you will feel very combative. It's possible also that this person that you meet, or you yourself, you have a lot of responsibilities. There's a lot of responsibilities here that one of the both has, of maybe you both have a lot of responsibilities. Also, it's possible here that you have the same ideologies. Maybe you're related to the same religion, the same spiritual. Even if the religion is different, there is a spiritual connection here, that you see certain things in the same way. This is what we see here also with these combinations here. Maybe before, this person struggled with a similar problem that you have now, or reversed. This is what we see here also. As I said, the ring is coming back. Also, there will be some testing. You or the other one will test each other if you're really serious towards each other. There is a test here, because the cross tests the time, but also the relationship. And also, probably you will test each other if you're in the next stage of the relationship, if you are sexually compatible. Here also, there's a test also on that one. Here, after you take your time, you will see both if is there sexual compatibility here. This is what we see here also. Then we have the crossroads and the letter and the man. Here, after you make your choices, after this is a difficult situation here is behind you, you will feel more free. With this man, the connection you have with this man, it will feel like a freedom. You will make a choice that makes you more free. If this is on the job front and you decide to quit your job, also that one will make you feel more free. You will finally go on the path where you want to be. And as I said here, it's possible because this could point to the contract that you are making related to a new job. Anyway, the both are possible here, relationship and work. There are some changes here, and there are both liberations possible in this front. This is probably this is a serious choice, the right choice, the contract that you are about to receive. If you sign it at the right time, it will be a serious contract also that you have here. These people are serious. It's possible also that you've already felt it coming, that you feel it coming. This is where I need to be. This is possible also with this combination, that you feel it coming. And also, if you are in that position and you have the contract, you will communicate with others close to you, people that you know for a long time. Maybe your group of peers, you will communicate to them also that you feel free. You will feel free. In the beginning, it might be a little bit difficult. You might be a little bit indecisive, but once you're stable, you will express that and you will share it. Here. If you are not the one involved in contracts and paperwork, it could be the partner that is involved in a lot of documents, because we see the documents and the man here. So this could be that the partner is involved with documents. This is a person in a simple way, this could be literally somebody who writes something or who puts something in paper, and this is generally distributed. I would almost say like a writer or a person who puts something in writing. It doesn't mean that it cannot be writing about spirituality, but actually this person, he writes something. He writes something, and this writing that he does, it brings people in a different path. This is what I'm seeing here also. Anyway, this is a person, he knows what he's talking about, he knows what he's writing about, he talks about it, he knows what he's talking about. He's also a little bit curious, this person. It's like he's very expressive of what he does, but in a certain structure. There's always a structure, but he knows what he's talking about. This is what we see here. Then we have the cuff and the ring and the man. Here again, we see the ending of this relationship that we talked about before. It's always coming back here. We will, the man to come, we will feel committed to that. We already saw here a contract. If you want to end your current work contract, you can, and you will go another way. We see this here again. Just see also, if you sign the contract, before you sign it, see that everything is as you want it to be, because you're going to be there for a long time. Just think about the contract. If you have possibility for negotiations, overthink it. Overthink it, because you will be there for a long time. This is what we see here also. So afterwards, you don't need to go in circles as you think. Then afterwards, oh, I need to have said this or that, or I had to do like this or that, and then I would not have been in this and that situation. So before you make this contract, if you have the job offer, because the job offer will be serious and these people will be serious to you, so think before you sign. Think that everything is like you want it to be. Just do that also here. What we see here more. Yeah, as I said, this person could have been married before. Maybe it's a widower that we hear. Our boss of our relationship, we're about to come in. This is what we see here also. Maybe this person has grieved for a long time about the loss of his partner. This is possible also that we see here. Maybe this is a new beginning for this person. That's why maybe in the beginning he's a little bit uptight. He was maybe very closely connected to his partner. This is possible here also, what we see here. And you will understand each other. In a way, you will understand each other if he shares those thoughts with you. Maybe he's better in writing it down than to actually sharing it. I'm thinking so here. Then we see the ring and the man here. In the future, this could lead to a serious relationship. I already mentioned this here. This person is interested also in a long-run relationship. In another way, on a more simpler way, this could mean that we will be receiving jewelry, or we will receive literally a ring from this person. This is possible on the longer run here. If not a ring, it's possible that he offers us something that is valuable to us. If not a ring, it has personal value for us. He offers us something and we really appreciate this gift. This is possible also, but here in general, it can literally mean that we receive a ring or a gift we highly appreciate, and it's related to the relationship you have with each other. What can we see more here? Yeah, this man here also, he has very, very strong communicative skills here in his area. Then we have the crossroads, the ring, and the moon. Here we see here again, here there's a lot of offers in partners before we decide to go in a partnership. We have a lot of offers. Probably we will be selective about it here. Maybe also we would like that the person that we are dating is good looking. That is possible here also. If not good looking, the person will need to have a certain form of creativity in him. We will need to find like, he need to have like a creative side of that, like that. That is what we see here also, because the moon is about creation, the way the mind works. Anyway, there need to be a lot of like-mindedness here. This is what we see here also. If we go in a relationship, we probably will need to be absolutely sure that there is like-mindedness. Maybe in the previous relationship this was not the case, but now we will make sure there is like-mindedness here. The mind is the same here. You will know here what is in your best interest. You will work it out, and probably the partner will know it also. Also, you will, if you make the decision after you had the phase through that several past here, this could go all very more faster. And if it's not going fast, it's already a long time going on. So this here, what we see here is that again, we see this in the beginning, that in the beginning you will have a detached attitude because you want to make sure here, or both are a little bit, you both doubt. But eventually you will see there is like-mindedness here. Again, here we see the contract offers here. Again, you will deliberate what you will do about this relationship. You both will, because the ring is both. You will both deliberate. You will probably talk a lot. And as you talk and communicate, you will come to see that this is the right choice. It's like it's meant to be. Then we have the ring and the moon. In this relationship to come, there will be loyalty also in this relationship. The relationship is fairly deep, maybe deeper than sometimes that you would like it to be, because the cross is heavy. So there will be some strong connections here. There's like, I would almost say here, there are soul connections here. But if we see in the other person's soul and he sees in our soul, it doesn't mean it's necessarily easy, because we can also see our own dark side in our own soul, because the moon has a dark side. It's possible also that you have a lot of communications about things that happened in the past, because the ring comes back and the moon is a cycle. So it's possible that you have a lot of communication about this, about these past relationship. And it's possible here that you also about that then that is where you find unity, because the ring is unity also. This is what we see here. And it will trigger certain emotions to go through with it. This is what we see here also. So Libra, there's a lot of relation here going on. This is combination because it's the central card, and it's of course directly related to Libra. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please check also my financial card readings you can find on my channel. Anyway, thank you for your time on my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 readings also that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for your time, and we see each other in the other readings. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye for now.